Hi, welcome to the small shed. This Saturday I've got a couple of jobs to do around the house. See you in a minute. Now I've got a couple of jobs to do this week, one inside, one outside. One of them deals with my Nemesis water. The water butt that we've got by the back door is leaking around the tap. It's been kicked a few times, I think, and needs a bit of work. It's got to the point where I can't tighten it up anymore, so we've got to sort that out. And then we've got a couple of pictures that we've had over the last 6 months to a year. We've been collecting them and finally got some frames organised for them, so we've got to frame those up. So let's go and have a look outside first. You can see that although the water butt is empty pretty much now, there's still water leaking out of it, and this has become loose. I've tightened it up on several occasions and it won't stay tight. So I'm going to take it out, clean it up, tidy up the washers, replace them if necessary, and see what we can find to get it leak free. Just get something on the back of the washer. In the back. Hold the nut while I turn the actual tap. That's it. What I'm going to do then is try and get as much water out as I can to get the water level low, so that I can get some sealant all the way around it when it's dry. Get the water out that we can. Right. And what I'm going to do is just take that, dry it off around that outlet, clean it all up, and get all the grit and gravel out from around it. There's muck in the bottom of the water butt that needs getting out. And we do the same on the outside. Gunge off. Clean the seating. There's a seating in there for the washer to go into. It needs to be cleaned out. Roughness around that edge as well, I'll clean up with a knife. Right. Now it shouldn't need a seal, but I'm going to put some silicone just as a belt and braces job, mainly because my track record with water has not been good. But I found this stuff, this LSX, is excellent for giving you a good seal. It's basically only the same stuff as you get in bathroom sealant and kitchen sealant, but just for good measure I'll put a bit of grease on the inside as well. LSX silicone. Again, it's probably unnecessary, but yes. washer. Put the nut on. Got it. That silicone then around the edge. Certainly feels much more secure than it was before. That's it. Fill it up and test it. Now that's got the water butt sealed up and that's working okay. Next job was to sort some picture frames out. We bought some pictures over the last 6 months or a year or so, and I'd framed them up in some frames we bought when we were down in Cirencester. They're nice oak ones, but when we actually came to hang them, I felt that the actual wood was, whilst it was very nice natural wood, it had got no wax or anything on it, and it was just that little bit too crisp, so I just thought I'd knock that back a bit and put some wax on them before we put them on the wall, so that they're a bit more finished. So we'll go and have a look at those. Now the frames are raw wood, they're very nice, but they are still just that little bit harsh, so I'm just going to give them a little wipe over with some 600 grit Abranet. It'll just take them down to a slightly softer corners and things like that. Just soften it down a bit and give it just that last bit of finish to the wood, and then I'll put a coat of the micro crystalline wax that I use on the wood turning, just to give it a little bit of protection from life. But it's all it needs, just the lightest of rub over, and it just makes the whole thing feel so much better than it did. Get some of the wax. Just give it a little wipe over of that and burnish it up afterwards. Run out of the beeswax I normally use, so that's probably something to think about. But immediately, yes, it slightly darkens it, but it just puts a beautiful finish on it straight away, and that's without giving it a polish afterwards, so it's just worth that extra little bit of effort to do that. Just takes them to a new level. Just leave that now a couple of minutes just to dry off a little bit, and then we'll just polish it up with a duster. That just takes away all the oiliness from it, leaves you with a nice finish. Not really any huge difference to the finish, but it just feels so much nicer when it's done. that's it, ready for hanging in the house. So there we are, once again not actually making anything other than a video, but we are getting a few of these little jobs around the house knocked off the list, and we're getting a few more things completed. So I hope it was of interest. I hope to see you next week. We'll try and do something different. I'll see you then. Bye.